decision like they're on their own. Lap after lap, pushing on. Victories chase never gone. Commentary sharp and clear. Feel the rush in every gear. Fans are cheering from lands near. Kev brings the race into here. Keep it clean, keep it green. Let's go racing, boys. Feel the rush, hear the noise. Kev TV, tune in and see the best action you just can't beat. Corner taken with finesse. Seconds counting the success. Our racing world got no less. Kev calls, he is the best. Big wrecks on the track, flashing cars so fast. Fighting hard, won't look back, making moments last. Keep it clean, keep it green. Let's go racing, boys. Feel the rush, hear the noise. Kev TV, tune in and see the best action you just can't beat. Boogie, 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 let's go racing. Feel speed, adrenaline chasing. Pedal down, ain't no pacing. Boogie, boogie, rock and roll nation. Keep it clean, keep it green. Let's go racing, boys. Feel the rush, hear the noise. Kev TV, tune in and see the best action you just can't beat. Boogity, 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 let's go racing. Feel the speed of adrenaline chasing. Pedal down, ain't no pacing. Boogity, boogity, rock and roll nation. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys. Feel the rush, hear the noise. Kev calls TV, tune in and see the best action you just can't beat. Boogity, boogity, let's go racing. Feel the speed, adrenaline chasing. Pedal down, ain't no pacing. Boogity, boogity, rock and roll nation. Keep it clean, keep it green. Let's go racing, boys. Feel the rush, hear the noise. Kev TV, tune in and see the best action you just can't beat. Boogity, 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 let's go racing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. It's the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League Championship race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're at the Old Style Track live on iRacing this evening here with the ladies and gentlemen of the Birdhouse Xfinity League. Cannot wait to get all this action underway. Hopefully, it is going to be just a fun-filled championship race. 98 laps coming at us, guys. It'll be very interesting as to what goes down. We have been at it for a long, long time. 3 weeks of championship racing. We're here at the third and final race of the chase, and Well, it's going to be an interesting time as we set forward here. They're out there making their qualification laps as we speak right now, ladies and gentlemen. We got Rachel Hunt out there on the track. She's putting out some good times, getting some good things done in the world out here today. We're having a little bit of slight technical difficulties this evening with our SDKs. There they go. As we finally get them up on the screen for us here, getting everything out and underway now. On board, Chris Hodgson finishing up his laps. We've got John Crawford out here going on and at it now as we speak. Going to be an interesting time. Whoa! Good night, John. Good thing it's a simulator, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to rebind this right here and catch exactly as he cuts through the grass, in through, and whammy! Into the tire barrier on the inside wall. The front end of that car is absolutely destroyed. He's going to have to bring out the next one for later on in the race. That looked painful. Whew. And they are all out there, ladies and gentlemen, just biting for their time. It is a long way away for all of them to catch up to the man out front, Mason Thompson. Big lead on the field. They would have to pretty much take him completely out of the race, and he'll have to finish in the back.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check with you before you went.
Oh, Vic, it was close.
And we are going to have to get on here right beforehand.
Yeah, you
and
kind of spoiled our party up there, you and Troy.
That off real quick. There we go. We've got the party chat turned off for everybody in there now. No voices to be heard through the broadcast. We like it nice and quiet for everybody. Let's go ahead and get the grid up here for this championship race here for the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. Grid's not popping up. Well, that is quite odd right there, as the grid is not wanting to pop up for us. There it is. Chris Vickery going to start us off on the pole here for K-Bomb in the number 3 there outside of him. That second place is going to be the 92 of Ryan Catalano driving for Top It Off Racing, and that is sponsored by the one and only Top It Off Hot Sauce. There from the one and only Ryan Catalano himself. Makes it himself. Good stuff there. Troy Baker going to start 3rd place in the 18 car. 4th place going to Christopher Hodgson in the 8. Jason Spear driving the 83, going to start on the inside line, 5th place. 6th place outside of him, Tony Jankowski driving the number 7 car, taking up some points for his team championship standings. There is the owner of Birdhouse Xfinity and Birdhouse Motorsports. Mark Math going to start 7th place in the 199 for K-Bomb. Inside line outside of him, John Crawford. James Morris in the 21 for Keith Hume tonight. 9th position for that driver. Inside line outside of him is going to be Rachel Hunt in the number 61. Driving the number 81, the guy to beat the man with the plan. That is Mason Thompson. Starting in 11th place, 12th place going to Rob Higgs Jr. After Rob, we've got 13th of Kim Kraus driving the 99 out there. Wyatt Freak going to start outside of Kim Kraus in 14th, driving the number 34, Jason Chilton. On the inside row, 15th place, Barry Kramer. Outside lane in the 11 car, 16th position. And Isaac Campbell, final car out there, 17th place, 40 car for K-Bomb. Check them out in the back of the field here, ladies and gentlemen. whole shot of them there from front to back. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the pace car out there in front of the field. They are going to take that wonderful little parade lap around here. Pace car's going to take a dive. Chris Vickery is going to wait on the green flag to wave. We're going to be racing. 98 laps is what we're shooting for here, ladies and gentlemen. They've got a great chance of, once again, having one phenomenal showing for us here tonight. Hopefully they can show out since they all showed up for this great time here at Atlanta. If you're just now tuning in, I am Kevin Hazelwood. This is Kev Calls TV, and they're about to be racing here, ladies and gentlemen. 98 laps is coming up, and it's going to be fun. So here we go. Pace cars, lights are out. They're coming into turn 3 and 4 for that first parade lap around the field here. And the green flag will drop, and we will be underway. Pace cars off. In the restart zone, green flag is out and flying, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Vickery off to, oh my God, Mark Math in through the field already. And once again, we said it was going to be exciting. What about that excitement right there? Nothing but chaos. Didn't even make it into turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get rewound here and check out exactly what happened. We're going to go to Mark Math first. And here comes Mark Math on the green flag. Green flag goes out. He checks up before he slams into the rear of the 81 and gets himself in there out of the way before taking anybody else out. Probably real fortunate for that driver there, because directly after that, this right here happens. Jesus. Looks like some drivers were extraordinarily overzealous as they come into turn 1 there. Wow. From up above, green flag out, quarter speed. Let's go ahead and drop it down another notch if we can. There we go. 3 got loose coming into the turn, bigger than anything. This was the start of the race, ladies and gentlemen. As they're coming off here, you're going to see the 199. Check up before he gets into it, and it's right through the tray over there and whoosh, throws him. He's inside now. We got the 3 and the 92 real close up there. 3 taking the middle lane through the start-finish line. The 92 right there, he's loose already. That's what it was. He was eating tires. He clipped the rear end of the 92 down into the 83. The 8's going to go around the outside. The 7's going to catch the 8 in the rear. The 7 then into the 92, slamming into the 3 on the side. Going to barely catch the 28 of John Crawford as well. The 61 of Rachel Hunt, going to get into that right there. As they come through the turn, you got the 81 checked up, the 34 checking up, 18 going around nice and easy with the 99 of Kim Krause below him. 34 catches it right on the right wheel as well as the rest of the traffic gets checked up. I'm sure they're racing by now after all of that. Nope, still pacing. Still pacing around the track as they are at lap 4 of 98. Once again, nothing completed at all. Went entirely 30 feet before the caution came out. Bad action right there as it started off the race. Horrible. Checking in to see who's left out there on the field after that incident there. We've got John Crawford, James Morris for Keith Hume, Troy Baker, Wyatt Frink, Jason Chilton, Barry Kramer, Rob Higgs, Mason Thompson, Kim Kraus. That's back to 9th position. Back here in the back now, 10th place is going to be Tony Jankowski. After that, we've got Ryan Catalano with Mark Math. Once again, lucky for him, he spun out there and got outside all that because he was back behind all of it when it happened. Rachel Hunt, Isaac Campbell, Christopher Hodgson's in the pits. I don't see him coming out anytime too soon. Vickery's car is ruined. I'm sure the 83 of Jason Spear is no longer with us either. Should be coming to the green flag. And once again, it's going to be on the 28 of John Crawford this time around. And here we go, turn 3 for the pace car here. He's going to take that dive after turn 4 here. The 28's going to have the green flag at his discretion. He's got James Morris driving the number 21 car on his outside. He's got Troy Baker in the 18 behind him with young Wyatt Frink in 4th position outside. Green flag off. John Crawford going to take off to a nice little open lead. Nice amount of room there. Should be easy peasy for a little while here through the field. James Morris going to pull up into 2nd place, keep that gap shortened up. With Wyatt Frink and Troy Baker going to be racing out right now as we get on through here. Young Wyatt Frink making his way up into 3rd place right now. Jason Chilton up to 4th position after the wreck. 11 spots for young Frink and Jason Chilton. They're the 34 and the 4 up 11 spots. Start of the race. We've got a bunch of drivers gone out, kaput. No longer with us, and unfortunate for all of us. If the race is going to be just down to a handful of people now. It looks like less than 10 on the lead lap. The rest of them back there wondering how to get around again. Unfortunate thing that happened right there at the start of the race. You got Mason Thompson making his way up through the field right now. He's all the way up to 4th position now. It's just a matter of time before he gets up to the front of the field now. Up in 3rd place, his nose is up on Jason Chilton. He'll be fully up there through him after the next set of turns, if not after 4. Back here in the back, you got Barry Kramer making some moves through the field with the 199 of Mark Math. 1 lap down, lucky dog position if a yellow flag is to come out. Hopefully he'll stay clean and he'll be in that position to come up 1 more lap and onto the lead traffic. Rachel Hunt down 1 lap as well. Very sad for these drivers that are back 1 whole lap after something that they had absolutely nothing to do. It was just a victim of circumstances for a few of them. Ryan Catalano trying to make his way back out onto the field now after, he's taking himself out of the race now, making onto pit road to get some more repairs done to that vehicle. And the number 81, lo and behold, is now right behind John Crawford. James Morris up there in the front in the number 21 for Dawes Mechanical. And he is in the clean air out here in Atlanta, about to start catching up to some lap traffic of Isaac Campbell in the number 40 there. As he makes his way up into turns 3 and 4. We've got 11 laps ran here, 6 of them under a green flag condition. Tony Jankowski back of the field right now by himself, but he's in 10th position. So no big hurry there, just trying to make up some team points is that driver. Bob Higgs Jr. running a specialized 414 car today for his number 14 slot in the league here last race. He figured he'd give his little salute to the Marine Corps there. Nice looking car. Barry Kramer up 9 positions now for the 11 car. This is Kramer now sitting in 7th place, trying to make his way to the inside there of Troy Baker and take that 6th place position away from him. A little bit of a race going on here between these two drivers. You got Mark Manford for 199 right in front of him. He's doing his best to keep his nose clean and his car pointed straight down the track so he can keep making up positions, as he's, like I said earlier, 1 lap behind right now as it sits, but he'll make it back up. As you notice, ladies and gentlemen, it seems to have filed out to a straight line here on the track. Be really hard to see something crazy happen before the tires start falling off. And I got a little bit of a hunch that they're going to run out of fuel before the tires really start to wear out here at this old track. James Morris in the number 21. 1.3 second lead up on John Crawford, who started this action off at the yellow flag at the next green, the second restart there. And we've got Mason Thompson now to the inside of John Crawford as well, now taking second place away from the 28 car. Once again, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, a matter of time. But the number 21 driver there of James Morris seems to have it set to give this man a run for his money as he makes his way to, I think, his 9th win of the season, if he can pull this one here off. Yep. Straight line action here. They're going to go through the lap traffic. Christopher Hodgson grabbing a little bit of grass right there. Gave him a free cut. A little bit of a nice trim for the edge of the grass there. Must have seen some weeds that didn't need to be in that place right there. Number 8 car staying down low for the traffic as they come around him on the outside line there. Big line of cars coming at you right there. You had about 12 cars all lined up on the track in a straight fashion. Nobody really close enough to really do any damage to the other driver right now. So just going to see him drive right along. Lap 18 underway right now as the leader cross the line momentarily. Back here we got Rachel Hunt. She is looking like 2 laps down for that driver. Unfortunately for her being 2 laps back, she's got 2 yellow flags to ruck through to get back up there into contention. Otherwise, she'll just be sitting in 12th place unless Isaac Campbell can catch her. And I don't see that happening anytime soon as he is being lapped now. I apologize. James Morris, the leader, in the number 21. Coming around him like a hot knife through butter there. The 21 passing the 40 of the lap car, putting 1 more lap behind. 3 laps down now for Campbell. And he's got Mason Thompson for Bitcoin Boys Racing right behind him on the inside, hugging down low on the white line through the turns, trying to keep that wear as minimal as possible. But he had, whoa. And it's iRacing. It looks like Campbell just had enough and hit the Alt F4 button right there, right in front of everybody. Either that or his internet just boom, went out. Either way, unfortunate for him. He was already 3 laps down. That'll cost him at least 3 to 5 more right there with the disconnect and having to reconnect. So, sorry, Mr. Campbell. Doesn't look like you're going to finish any higher than 13th. You're probably going to finish around 15th. On. Next up on that list, we've got Ryan Catalano. He is 6 laps behind the lead lap there. Long way to make that up there. Hopefully, someone's looking down on that driver there, showing him some good fortune as John Crawford falling back 3 spots now to 5th place now. Since the start of the race. James Morris still holding on to his lead. 1 second up on Mason Thompson, who's just back there biding his time, riding the wind as good as possible behind the other driver in front of him until some mistakes are made and he's going to strike like a cobra. Sink that in, and that'll be all she wrote. Hopefully the 21 car driver can just hold it in there nicely, keep that wonderful clean air pushing down on the front of that car, and he'll be good to go. Jason Chilton, 3rd position now, with young Wyatt Frink still running 4th place. He started there, that's where he's at. Ever since the second start of the race, the restart after the first caution at least. The 199 of Mark Math coming up strong. 1 lap down for that driver, but he's got a rocket of a machine right there. Once again, he spun out. He didn't hit anything. He had to hit the brakes checking up. Someone had a little bit slower start than he was anticipating. And instead of cramming the car in front of him, he checked up, got a little bit too heavy on it, pulled him to the inside there. He went through the grass, but fortunately for him, big wreck happened out front. And he was able to avoid all the major damage there. Gary Kramer up 11 spots. Ooh, getting that nose right in front of John Crawford coming off that turn. I mean, he barely had the room, but he had the room as he's now making his way to turns 3 and 4. Gonna be sitting in 5th place at the line. John Crawford getting a nice little drive off of that, but not enough to stick with the 11 of Barry Kramer. Right behind Crawford, you got Rob Higgs Jr. driving the 414 red on black marine scheme out there for Top It Off Racing. He's running 7th position right now. He's got the 28 of Crawford in front of him, but his teammate of Ryan Catalano out there with a fully repaired machine out there leading the way for the 14 through the track right now. And, Troy Baker in the 18, falling back a few positions now. Back 5 from the start of the race. He's just hanging in there as we're sitting at 27 laps right now. 28 coming up at the line for the leaders. Speaking of, checking in with James Morris up here in the number 21 car. He is still doing fine as wine up there. Got about half a second on the 81 of Mason Thompson, but it looks like it's only a matter of time until Mason takes that position away from James Morris. 33-second lap times being driven by these drivers, but 0.2 separate them. Besides that, the 81 of Mason Thompson, a little bit faster and very consistent with that lap time as well. Yeah, That time through, the 21 of James Morris had just a little bit more bite on it than the other, but not enough to really hang on that strong. He's got a 0.4 of a second of a lead going on for the driver in the number 21 car as we speak, but we have enough to keep him back. You're getting close to the pit cycle coming up here. You're going to see him pit at least 2 times on the track here. One coming up, and then one more after. So you're going to, riding into the wall, you're going to see Mason Thompson duck it low here as the 81 pulls around, gets the nose up, and he is now leading this race. Not what you wanted to happen right here, ladies and gentlemen, before the pits start happening. Uh-oh, and the 81 now getting tight into the wall a little bit as well through 3 and 4. We might have a little bit of a race here up here for the first place. First time we've seen in 12 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of competition for the 81 as, like I said, monkey see, monkey do. Just didn't do it in the same turn. He did it one lap ahead. Got his cocky head going there, I guess, man. And boop, boop, oops, I did it too. So now he's going to hang back here, and they're just going to race it out, it looks like. Hang in here and see what goes on as the 2 drivers make their way to lap 32. And you got Wyatt Frink driving next to the lap car of Mark Math, the 199 machine. Math coming to the inside. They're going to get that lead up on the 34, get the nose up, and in the over and past. And now he's just got Chilton, Thompson, and Morris lap back right there naturally. If he can just hang in here and drive smoothly, he is cutting a mighty fine lap time, is Mark Math in the 199. Real consistent with what the leaders are doing as well. Checking in with 3rd place in the number 4 car. Colonel Sanders all over that bad boy right there. KFC's own Jason Chilton here getting down in Funky Town, riding up in 3rd place. Podium position for this driver now as we come to lap 34. These drivers are doing a fine job out here. Very small field out here after the first wreck, though. We had a big incident between the 92 and the 3 right off the get-go before turn 1 happened right after the quad oval. Number 3 got a little loose sideways, grabbed the rear of the 92, and a little bit of havoc came loose on the track. Took the 83 out, took the 3 out, took a couple more out with him as well. The 8, the 40 is damaged up. He's not out. Well, he's gone now, but he was damaged up from that there. The 7 damaged from that as well. He's currently running back in 12th place, still on the track as he gets his nose up in front. And I do believe we lost Mr. John Crawford. Which will be quite unfortunate if that is the case. Do believe we did right there, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Chilton. Let's go ahead and go through the field as we talk about him real quick. And leading this race off, we've got James Morris driving the number 21, $4 Mechanical, and he's fighting with the winningest driver here in the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League, Mason Thompson for Bitcoin Boys, driving that number 81 as he takes the inside line around the number 21, driven by James Morris. We got Mason Thompson, James Morris side by side as they come out. Morris with a little bit of speed coming off on the top side there as they make their way down the backstretch in to turn 3. Woo-woo! Race time. That's right. And as they battle it out up there, the number 4 of Jason Chilton is making his way up too. So we've got Morris leading Thompson following in second. Chilton in third position with young Wyatt Frink back in fourth. That's Mark Math in front with the number 7. Tony Jankowski coming around on the inside of both those drivers. Barry Kramer driving the 11 car back in 5th position right now with Rob Higgs Jr. keeping that nose nice and clean in the 4-1-4. He is up in 6th position as well. Mark Math, we seen him back just a moment ago while we were looking at Frink, as he has driven through the entire field right now. He's in 7th place, but still 1 lap behind. He's really close to getting that lap back naturally. If all things keep going the way they're doing, he may just do that. As Mason Thompson making that nose around James Morris once again, sitting comfortably in the lead. And you got Morris getting to the inside line there. Is he going to be able to keep the nose underneath him in the turn? He does, as the 21 of James Morris now to the inside of the 81, coming through turns 1 and 2. And the 81 on the high side, able to keep that line up and really snap it out. 40 laps done here. Ladies and gentlemen, with the caution, they may be able to do this in one shot. 40 laps, so leaders are in. We'll see if we can catch it from pit lane here. See how many drivers come up in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars so far take the bite. As you see Wyatt Frink stay out there on the track. Troy Baker, Kim Kraus. They're going to opt to stay out, get that lap right now, as does Tony Jankowski getting 1 lap back. Mark Math went in with the leaders, hoping to get a good jump out the pit lane and get in front of them. He may have done just that. We're going to check back in. And they pit, and they're back out. And with the lap traffic out there, I do not show them losing position. Curious. Very curious. Troy Baker up to 4th position. Jason Chilton out in 3rd still. Mark Math dropping back 10th place after that right there because people stayed out for a little while longer. They have yet to pit, and now they're in there, lap 32. They pit a little earlier. I see. This is why. Didn't catch that action as we were catching everything else up front here, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to see people try to do this in the one pit stop there is what they're going for. I don't know how long they're going to be able to hang on to it. Troy Baker, 4th position. Cutting a 32.74, 5.4. I apologize for that dyslexia there. As he's currently up into 4th position, right in front of Wyatt Frink. Barry Kramer, 6th place. Mark Math, 9th. We got a heck of a good race going on here for the remaining ones out here on the track as young Wyatt Frink coming to the inside of Troy Baker, the number 18. Frink gonna have slightly better tires, about 8 laps. As James Morris still up here out front, starting to take off with those fresh tires underneath him. mere tenths separating, actually thousandths separating Morris and Thompson on their lap times right now, and they're just smooth out there as silk in the wind as they're coming to the rear of the number 7 car of Tony Jankowski, running back in 11th place right now. He's got Rachel Hunt and Mark Math in front of him. Jankowski been out there on his tires for a good while. He's 1 lap back from the field as it stands, but he pit on lap 26. And he spent a good while in there making some repairs, and he's going to go ahead and opt to get out of the way here on the backstretch for the leaders as they come around him very politely. Pulls down to the inside, lets them take their run around him on the out. And that's the driver of the 99 car, Kim Kraus, out there all by his lonesome. A little squirrely coming off a 2 there, but he was able to keep it gathered up. Keep moving on. Mark Math still making his way up through the field as he sits right in between 6th and 5th place of Troy Baker and Barry Kramer. He's in 9th position. Closest thing to him is Kim Kraus, position-wise, and it's about 23 seconds to that driver. But he's closing that gap with every turn. Hat off to that driver there in the 199. That's the double 1-1 right there. Double 11. Oh, Lordy, here he comes. Barry Kramer making some great time out there on the track, up 11 positions yet again. He's been very consistent over the past 4 races in a double-digit gain on the track for the driver. Very consistent. James A. Morris in the number 21, still leading it out for Dawes Mechanical. Driving, filling in the shoes of Keith Hume. Out there is the spotter and crew chief of that car, the number 21 out there, showing the driver how it's done as he's still leading this thing 51 laps in. Mason Thompson directly back there behind him. Got about a 1.5 seconds separating the 2 drivers, with Jason Chilton about 3 seconds back, 4 seconds back from Thompson. Frink still running 4th place. That's where the kid qualified. He is still there. Oh, I'm sorry, that's where he took off at 2nd on the restart when we had after the first caution that we ran, ladies and gentlemen. I keep saying that, that's why. Barry Kramer in 5th place still. Rob Higgs Jr., 6th position. 7th place going to Troy Baker. Kim Kraus, 8th place. 9th place, Mark Math. Rachel Hunt, 10th place. 11th place, Ryan Catalano. And Tony Jankowski in the pits again for another 2 minutes now. Pulled in at lap 44. I think that driver realizes he is in the spot he can get to and no further up can he be. And he may be going up to the admin box here shortly to just continue the control of the race. Very, very unfortunate how this race started off here at Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen. We had 17 drivers check in for this championship run. We're down to just a handful left on the track. I know for a fact we got five drivers, a whole fistful gone poof, off the track. Maybe 6. As Jankowski still sits in the pit. James Morris leading the race. Mason Thompson, 2nd place. Jason Chilton still back there in 3rd. Like I said, guys, it's been lined up since 4 laps after the restart. And they haven't lost that vibe really the whole time. Barry Kramer, 5th place. 6th place, Rob Hicks Jr., 7th place, Troy Baker with Kim Krause in 8th, Mark Math in 9th, Rachel Hunt, 10th position, and Ryan Catalano running in 11th place. And that is Barry Kramer and Wyatt Frink, as Kramer is finally caught up to the rear there of young Wyatt Frink. Stick around and see if we get any action from the two drivers as they're making their way across the start-finish line into turn 1 and 2 now. Around the bend they go, and the young one gonna hang on to that pretty strongly as well. They're cutting around the same lap times. Jason Chilton just now breaking into those 33-second lap times after pitting. Lap 41. We're at lap 57 now, ladies and gentlemen. Just a short while away before this thing is over with. 40 laps at the line. Lap 58 underway. 40 remaining when they cross again. James Morris still leading this race, ladies and gentlemen. About 6/10 separating him in the 81, as the 81 making that push once again on the 21 of James Morris. Jason Chilton still comfortable. He's all by himself, ladies and gentlemen, out there on the backstretch, coming through 3 and 4 now, behind the leaders. With Wyatt Frink and Barry Kramer, two of the races that we've got going on to watch right now. One's for 4th position and the other's for the lead of this race. Everyone else is pretty well spread out. Almost someone at the turn every time around, as we see the leaders of James Morris with Mason Thompson in 2nd place, trying to catch him, trying to make up that room. Halfway is done and over with now, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 60 is underway. The 21 still leading this thing. He's got about a half a second between him and the 81 of Mason Thompson. Jason Chilton back there in the number 4, still running 3rd place. He's got the 92 of Kim Krause. I'm sorry, the 99 of Kim Krause and the 92 of Ryan Catalano in front of him right now. As he comes around the number 99 there of Kim Krause. Very nicely, Krause staying high for him as he's coming through 3rd place. He says, podium guy, go on through, see if you can make up some of that time to those leaders that are going on around. As you see a little drift action from the 21, he got a little loose. He was able to save it. Kept that car as straight as possible going through that turn, and hopefully didn't scrub off too much of the tires there, as he's been out there for about 20 laps on his tires now. The 81 coming to the inside of the 21 now. Now we're getting to see that battle between them again. We got to see it in the first 40 laps right now. We're halfway through. This is about when it started happening the last time, and the 81 just said, go ahead. Let him back up front. Or maybe the 21 just did exactly. You never know what's going through these drivers' heads. You're not on board with them talking to them. You can only assume what you think and you know, and that's that. As the 21 still comfortable right there, keeping that rear end in front of the 81, but the 81 anticipated for it that time, dove down low right as the car came high, and he's going to take this pass into turns 1 and 2. He is now comfortably up in front of the driver. He gets the full drive off the turn. And let's see how it turns out for him this time around. 21 really getting that nose down low, and the 81 knowing it, so he's cutting that airflow off. You see the 21 keeping his left side a little bit lower than the 81 in the start of the turns there. It's to try to keep that grip up in the air down So you're not, A, overheating, and B, you get a lot more grip on the car, and you get that fresher air coming over the top of it for you. Right now, he's getting that resistance coming off the rear end of the other car and all that stuff right there. Well, when he cuts down into that cleaner air that he gets and puts that dirty air on it, oh, man, like throws a spatula under there and lifts the tires up, essentially, man. It's amazing on how tight it can get a man in a turn when you put that dirty air to his nose. And the 81 pulling away with a nice commanding lead. Now it looks like that slide that the 21 had of Morris through turns 1 and 2 earlier really did affect him as he's starting to fall back 1 second now to the leader of Mason Thompson. Now we watched these two guys go 40 laps on their tires. That'll get them to lap 80. That's 15 laps away from right now. Lap 80. 18 laps will remain in that race. Pit stop now may be the winner. My opinion, 30 laps is pretty good time on the tires. You have enough time to get out there and get a nice commanding lead as long as someone's not doing something good. You know what time you were running? Let's see how good you can do and how smart you are with math right here. Because once again, we've got 32 laps remaining right now for them to make. They know they can go 40, and they know that I don't know how much more I don't think they can go 18 more laps. There's no way they can go 58 laps on those tires. But 40 we knew. We're under that 40 window. I'm thinking that strategy needs to start playing out for some of these drivers, especially ones that are a little bit back behind Mr. Thompson, like young Wyatt Frink perhaps. Barry Kramer could take this strategy and might be able to run away with it. They're not too far behind the leaders. And there you see him, ladies and gentlemen. You've got Mason Thompson. James Morris separated by Ryan Catalano as Thompson made his way around Catalano just a moment ago. I'm telling you right now, 30 laps remain. Now, it's time for the strategy. If you want to beat this 81 car, it's going to be a strategy. As you see the 18 coming out of pit lane, he is 1 lap behind. Just 1 lap. But he's also on brand new fresh tires. And if he can get up there in front of the leader before the leader pits, he may be in business. As I just heard, either the 92 of Ryan Catalano grabbed the wall, or it was the 21 of James Morris. Action, action, action. Not as much as we were hoping for here, as we, like I said, only have a handful of drivers out here on the track. 11 of them to be exact. Out of the 17 that were here, 6 gone. As they make their way to lap 72, ladies and gentlemen, here at Atlanta for the championship race of the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League Season 2. And that was a spin out for Barry Kramer coming into pit road. Let's catch that real quick. Don't know if he got woed up enough. Yep, was coming in and the car just turned on him, ladies and gentlemen. That's unfortunate. As Mason Thompson up here in the front, he's got almost 3 seconds now on James Morris. He's got fresh tires right behind him now, though. Troy Baker back there on a fresh set of Nikes, as is Ryan Catalano. Catalano too far down to really make any damage, though, in the race. He's going to show a lot of respect as he makes his way through here. And there's the 18, and he's able. And yes, indeed, absolutely able to get around Mason Thompson there. Back on the lead lap naturally. Oh, no, he's not. He is still a lap down. Wow. Still one back. Or two back, rather. Troy Baker. Math in the pits. He's now several laps behind as well. 10th place for that driver. 9th place for Rachel Hunt. She is 3 laps back. No chances for these drivers to catch back up if they're this far behind now. 2 laps down, yeah, for Troy Baker. I was thinking he had a great strategy going on there with the pits that he had, but not good enough. As Wyatt Frink is now almost 2 laps down as well with his pitting. Mason Thompson still out there from the lap 41, as is James Morris, Jason Chilton, and Rob Higgs. Everyone else pit lap 71, 72, 67, 64, and lap 42 for Rachel Hunt as well, who's now on the same lap as a couple of the other ones. This is a very curious turn of events right here. 23 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. As we're coming up on lap 77 at the line for the leaders here. James Morris, 2nd place. He's got 5 seconds to the front of Mason Thompson there. Mason Thompson still running a cool 33.5-second lap time with Morris now bumping into the 34s. And he's going to choose to take that dive down pit road now. 21 laps to go for that driver when he makes his way out of pit lane. Jason Chilton now up in 2nd place. Mason Thompson sitting up on top of the world, 1st position. Looking like win number 9 for this driver. Maybe Morris in the pits getting fresh tires. And he got in there before him. I don't know if he got checked up enough on that. That's curious right there. He was flying. Should be all right. Hate for him to lose it on a technicality like that. And Morris looking like he was in the pits for a good amount of time there. Looked like that was a quick pit stop actually for the driver of Morris. 39-second total. He's back out there. 2nd place for that driver. Sitting on lap 78, Mason Thompson still 1st place. Coming out of the pit lane now.
Caution.
Oh, wow. And it looks like it's going to be Ryan Catalano coming in pit lane. Yep. Caught the grass trying to check up coming into pit lane, and ooh, that is unfortunate. Let's rewind and check that again. Yep. Catch it from on board with the driver. Let's go back a little bit further with him. And as he's coming down here, he's woeing up here. he's turned in pretty deep right there on the wheel, but not too much. But he gets into the grass here, and that just has all kinds of negative effects on those slicker tires with a little bit of damage that he still has on the car. He could have 100% done to it. It's still going to have a little bit of damage on the car. He's going to slap up into the wall pretty tough right there. And the car is going to catch an angle. It's going to bring it back off the wall. And that's it. Yeah, that brought the yellow out right there. And it looks like 3 drivers, Troy Baker, Mason Thompson, it's going to be more than 3 drivers. Mason Thompson, James Morris, Jason Chilton, Wyatt Frink, Barry Kramer, and Rob Higgs. Lead lap. Troy Baker. Looks like the lucky dog coming up to the back of the field now. Should be starting at the rear of the pack here with all these drivers. Ooh, Higgs must have gotten a speeding penalty or something for an EOL there. Either that or both drivers just are on a wave. You got a free pit lap if they wanted it. Of course, 3 leaders right there, 77, 78 for the laps that the first, second, and third place took it at. The rest of them pit when the caution there came out. Rob Higgs hit at 76. He took a wave. Don't blame that driver one bit for that. We're going to be double file restarts coming at us here, ladies and gentlemen. Mason Thompson's going to be in first position for the restart here. 17 laps are going to be remaining for this championship race at Atlanta. Thompson, Morris, Chilton, Frink, Kramer, Baker, Higgs, lead lap. That's who's out there ready to get this race underway. That seems to be making her way around the track as well right now. Nope, she's out. What you see is what you got now. There's just 7 of them left here. 16 laps at the line. 16 laps to go at the line for this championship race here at Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen. As the pace car is going to say bye-bye right here one more time. Second caution happened out there. And we're back to green flag racing right now. 81's going to take, what a late wait right there as the 81 takes off. They're on a fresh set of tires now. Now, we've seen the action go along throughout the night so far with the 81 and the 21. Morris and Thompson battling out there in first position. What we've noticed and seen throughout this race here at Old Atlanta is the 21 faster for the first part of that race. During the second half of the run, the 81 has been able to get that nose up, and if his run's better, he really gets going. Let's see if that holds true. If so, 21 may be able to get up in front and get going and take this win right away from the 81 of Mason Thompson there. Jason Chilton still holding that third position on really strong right now as the rest of the field, though, starting to produce a little bit of a gap there between third place and back. Fourth place is going to be falling back a little bit. We got Barry Kramer up in fourth with young Wyatt Frink to his inside now. Going to try and steal that back from him since he's been in front of him most of the race. We've got Troy Baker in the number 18 trying to make some waves. Up here now, all the way up in sixth place. Up front, though, look at it. Watch it happen. The 21 of James Morris to the inside of the 81 of Mason Thompson. And the battle is out, ladies and gentlemen. Thompson to the outside line now, coming through the quad oval as we're coming around into turn one here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we've got James Morris out front again coming through turn one. Gonna hold that line strong and get to the outside of the wall for the full drive off in that turn. Now the line behind him is just holding on, just trying to race. You see him break away there. Think about the taking the pass, but they don't have the speed and the momentum to keep carrying on to get around him. The 81 to the inside now through turns 3 and 4. And the 21 of James Morris going to hold strong out there on the high line. He's going to get that wonderful drive off of 4, and they're going to battle it out side by side through the quad oval now entering turn 1. Low side for the 81 of Mason Thompson. High side to James Morris on that one. Morris going to get that breakaway coming out of 2. Just a little bit of extra speed. Thompson at the rear left quarter of the 21 there on the entry of 3, and he's had great speed through 3 and 4 on that low side as he gets just a little bit better of a drive off, but the 21 keeping the lead now for Morris. That lap through, 11 laps to go now, ladies and gentlemen, and these two drivers are battling it out for first place here in the championship race at the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League Season 2. Live on Kev Calls TV, you've got James Morris out front now by almost a half a car length as he gets that nose settled down to the white line. Coming through turn 3 and 4, perfect exit for that driver as he's now got the gap and the lead that he wants. 10 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. The 21 setting in comfortably now. Let's see if he can get that clean air to work for him in his favor. As the 81 holding low and steady right there on that inside line coming through turns 1 and 2 to try to keep that momentum up for his car. He does not want to break any wind or momentum as it goes along through. Otherwise, the 21 will just pull away, link by link away from him right there. He has a little bit of wall action there for James Morris coming out of 4. Got a little loose on the exit, and bumper to bumper they are. Coming into turn 1, a little bump and go as the 21 holds the midline now. 81 to the inside. Morris with the drive off down the backstretch now. 9 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. And they're battling it out there behind him, as well as Barry Kramer made his way up into third position through that battle between James Morris and Mason Thompson. Kramer able to sneak right below Chilton through the last 2 turns there and battle his way up into third place into that podium position right now as we're coming into turns 1 and 2. We've got the 81 of Mason Thompson on the low line below James Morris as Morris gets that drive off once again on the high side coming out of 1 and 2. In the backstretch now, he's going to take the mid lane in 3 and 4. Going to keep that nose in front of the 81 as best as his abilities will let him do as the 81 cuts to the low side now through the quad oval at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've got 7 laps to go. 81's got the nose in front now coming through turns 1 and 2. And the 21 of James Morris gonna let him on through there. No, he does not. He gets that drive off once again. The pedal through the floorboard, ladies and gentlemen. You can see his freaking shoes leaving rubber trails on the track now as he hammers down. Coming through turn 3 and 4 off the exit there. The 81's got a little bit of speed, but the 21 just enough to hold that nose up for the lap there, keeping that lead strong. James Morris, the 21, still leading with the 81 of Mason Thompson at his door on the inside. 21 banging off the wall, coming out of 2, and now we've got a lead change. The 81 of Mason Thompson just might have number 9 for the season in his sights, as he is now 2 full car lengths ahead of the 21 driven by James Morris. Barry Kramer in the number 11, back in 3rd position. As it sits right now, it looks like it's going to be all Mason Thompson out front there. We've got young Wyatt Frank up in 4th position. He's got Jason Chilton and Rachel Hunt behind him. Rachel Hunt not on the lead lap with the drivers there, but she's battling it out with them just the same. Jason Chilton back to 5th place now from 3rd place at the restart there. We've got the 81 still up, almost 3 full car lengths now. We see 3 tenths separating Thompson and James Morris. 3 tenths as they're now reaching lap traffic now. We've got the 92 of Ryan Catalano coming up close. He's got 10 seconds before the end of it. 4 laps to go. I don't think they'll catch him by the end of that time there. 4 laps to go, 10 seconds. Be hard for him to make up that time, but they could do it. They're really fast coming around the track. James Morris, 2nd place. He cut that gap down to 3 tenths instead of 4. Keep it up, James. If you got a shot, you can do it, brother. Back to 4 tenths coming out of turn 4 there, as Barry Kramer still sitting comfortably in 3rd place. He has a cool 2nd up on young Wyatt Frank in the number 34 car, as Wyatt is trying everything in his power to get up there to that podium position for this championship race. He's got Jason Chilton in the number 4 with that Colonel Sanders saying on the back of that car, pushing him on up, trying to get his podium finish back up. He's too drunk to taste that chicken, is what it says, ladies and gentlemen. Could be true. You never know. As Mason Thompson has put the lead down 1.1 second now for the 81. 2 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. One more time around, the white flag will be flying as the 81 has that commanding lead that he's so used to now on everybody on the track. 1.1 seconds on 2nd place of James Morrison, the 21, who's got Barry Kramer barking at the back door, baby. He may just be taking that 2nd place out from underneath him as the white flag is about to fly here at Atlanta. Mason Thompson making his way around for the final time here at Atlanta Motor Speedway's old school style from 2008 here live on iRacing. Just 2 more corners for that driver in the 81. James Morris is going to fight it out with the number 11 of Barry Kramer for 2nd place right now, with Wyatt Frank, Jason Chilton, Troy Baker, and Rob Higgs Jr. back there still doing their thing as well. Troy Baker, everybody else all by themselves as we catch Mason Thompson, your season champion, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt about it, the 81 has pulled it off. 9 wins for the entire season for this driver here. No chance to catch him in the points is what he says, ladies and gentlemen. That's the 81 of Mason Thompson, your season winner right there. Big victory to him. We'll get him up in the booth just as quick as possible. Woo! That's it, boys and girls. That was the championship run. That was the final lap here at the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League Season 2. And wow, just wow, what a show that man put on. And what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to pause this action as it sits right now with this gentleman here. We're going to kick it back to this gentleman right here in the car for Barry Kramer. And we're going to see if we can get the interview live for 3rd place in the championship race of Barry Kramer. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. And here he is live with me in the booth from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've got the driver of the number 11 car coming from way back in the back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the independent driver,
I'm trying to get there.
Barry Kramer. How's it going, my man? How are you feeling from that outstanding, wonderful drive? Wonderful show you just put on for us. Podium finish for you, 3rd place, number 11. Barry Kramer, how's it going, driver?
Doing good. Enjoyed it. Can you hear me?
I absolutely can hear you,
Okay.
driver.
Yeah, it was a good run there. So we did a lot of practice trying to keep the tires on the car and keep from burning off the right front, and it made a difference.
You did an absolutely great job saving your tires for the end of that race there, man. I know we had the caution come out right there at lap 80. You pit right there too as well. So I mean, it's a good deal. You had the freshies, but you did a wonderful job not over driving at the beginning of that run like a couple drivers did, and you just shot up there. Great job for you, man. Podium finish. I don't think I've had the pleasure of you in the booth with me yet, have I?
You have not. I've only run about, I think this is the 6th or 7th race this year, so
Sixth
I
or seventh
appreciate it,
race.
and-
Well, big dog, you're in the booth with Kev Calls TV live right now. And how does it feel?
it feels awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything.
No problem. Do you have any special friends, families, or sponsors that you'd like to give a quick shout out to before we throw you off to the Wolves back down to with the rest of them?
All Team Dahl and all my teammates, we work hard trying to get better the second half of the year here, so it showed a little bit.
Absolutely. Barry, you did a wonderful job out there on the track, man. I don't know if you had anybody in your ear coaching you through it, telling you, no, man, you just need to hold back or whatever. Whatever the deal was, you did a great job out there. You pulled off third place here in the final race of the season, man. Got third place for it. Nice points for you up there. I know you weren't in the running for the championship, but it's still great to have a good finish on the end of that season, man, to make it feel better for coming back for the next run next year. What do you think?
Absolutely. I enjoyed it, appreciate it, and thanks, Tony, for putting it on. You guys for announcing it and following us.
Thanks so much, man. You have a great
Have
day,
a good one,
Barry.
Kevin. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. That was Barry Kramer. And what I'm going to do now is something a little bit off the deep end, a little different. What I've got going on here is I'm going to bring in the driver of the number 21 car and the owner of the number 21 car at the exact same time. Since the driver and the owner was not able to be here tonight, he had his crew chief step in and show him really how things are done out there. Second place, but this man led most of the race, if I'm not mistaken. I might be off on that a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that we've got the driver of the number 21 car for that final race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, James Morris, in the booth, along with the owner, Keith Hume. Guys, how you feeling after that second place finish?
Exhausted, but good. I'm very, very glad with that finish. Very, very happy. Very happy. Just very exhausted.
He is wore out and exhausted. Well, driver, you had an absolutely phenomenal run out there. I seen you out front. You had the faster car for most of the run there. Seemed to fall off a little bit towards the end of your fuel run there, but I don't know if that was just you falling back just to keep your pace up, or just the tire wear was that immense on you, and you were just losing that much speed. Either way, you did a great job holding it up there, and I just want to give you a big shout out, man. Good finish for you out there, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kevin. I appreciate it. I could not do it without Keith and Barry and Wyatt, Jason. Like, this is probably one of the coolest groups I've ever been a part of on iRacing.
Well,
Except for
speaking
my
of that,
own
it was
bubble.
all a dull mechanical show out there. And guys, I'm going to go ahead, and since I got two of you in here right now, I'm going to go ahead and inform you. That performance right there sealed the deal for Dahl Mechanical. Y'all have won the team championship for Dahl's Mechanical. There's no question about it. 100%. Congratulations on that. You can check with Tony later, but I am 100% confident in what I just spoke right there, that the Dahl Mechanical race team out here in the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League Season 2 just won the team championship with that phenomenal performance. They came in second, they came in third, they came in fourth, and they came in fifth. Right there with four different drivers on the track taking up second, third, fourth, and fifth place for Dahl Mechanical. That's a lot of championship points. Really hard to catch a team that was 20 points in the lead at the start of the race when you pulled off that many points and no one else really had any contention with that. So congratulations on that. Keith Hume, how do you feel with the performance of your replacement driver for this evening?
I'm pretty fortunate that he doesn't run this stuff every week. He would stomp all of us every week.
He is an absolutely wonderful show to watch out there. Him and Mason were a complete excitement for me for the end of that race. It was an absolute ball myself. I thank the both of you for that performance that y'all gave at the end of that race there. I mean, it was awesome. Awesome to watch, awesome to call, and awesome to be a part of. And so with that, do you have any friends, families, or sponsors that either of y'all would like to give a quick shout out to?
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my beautiful fiance always, but I would also thank Keith, Dawes Mechanical, Barry, Wyatt, Jason. These guys are amazing. I wouldn't be here without them. And thanks to Mason for racing me as good as he did. He's awesome. I hope to race him again in the future, and we'll go at it again at a later time and date. And I want to thank you as well, as always, Mr. Kevin.
Thank you for that as well, James. Right there, stand-up guy driving the number 21 car tonight. That's James Morris with the second place finish here, and his owner of Keith Hume out here with us. What a wonderful finish for that team of Dawes Mechanical. And guys, you know what time it is. That's right. The time is now for me to bring in the big dog on campus. Start barking for the man, because the 81 is up in the house. 9 wins on the season. There's no questions asking. I got the season champion in the booth with me now. Mason Thompson, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling fantastic, man. Feeling pretty good. Pretty good.
You better be more pumped up than that right there. You just come out here and laid down the 9th win for the season. 9th win. Not the first win, not the second, not the third, not the fourth. Might I add, I think it's like, 4 in a row again? Did you do 4 in a row again?
I have no idea. It might have been 3.
You did 4 in a row at the beginning. I'm pretty sure you did 4 in a row again. It's ridiculous performance by this driver in the number 81. We're definitely going to go underneath the hood in full detail after this win here, of like microscopes and stuff, to make sure that there's no funny business going on. I'm just playing here. Guy is phenomenal. There is nothing on the track that can stop him short of a wall. That's it. A wall has got to get in his way to end the race for this driver, to not win this race. Mason, you come out there. I really enjoyed the end of that. I was upset the caution came out a little bit, because it's unfortunate. You know, it checks the entire field up, and you never know what's going to go on after that. But, man, what happened after it was probably one of the most beautiful things I've got to experience in iRacing, between yourself and the number 21 of James Morris. Y'all had some phenomenal side-by-side racing just going on for 11 laps straight, and it was just great to watch, experience, and call. And thank you for that wonderful performance that you put on. That's from me to you personally, sir, just so you know. And now, my question is, what's going through your mind, man?
I'm pumped, man. I'm happy. This is, believe it or not, this is my first league championship I've ever won on here, so this is a pretty big deal. Like, I'm pretty pumped about winning this. And that battle at the end was awesome. James, I mean,
two
we've run
clean drivers too. I mean, y'all couldn't have been two cleaner drivers out there doing that. That's what made it so. I mean, yeah, even earlier on in the race, one of you bumped the wall. Morris bumped the wall, and you had to run below him. You jumped down there, you went around him, and then in the next turn, you did the same thing he did. Yeah, I mean, you did. It was like mirror driving on the opposite side of the track, and he said, "Oh, excuse me." Yeah, it was just a great, clean race between the two of you. Neither of you cut the other one off, like, intentionally. I mean, y'all broke that wind as much as y'all could on the other driver, and I mean, who wouldn't bring the nose down a little bit more? You were already in front, and it wasn't like he was trying to come around. So that's not cut. You know, you get what nobody did anything malicious between the two of y'all, and it was absolutely great to watch. Thank you so much, man. I'd ask you if you have any friends, families, or sponsors that you'd like to thank, but guys, we know it's Taco Bell. It's we know it's Taco Bell. So I'm just gonna tell you, wonderful job, congratulations, and I look forward to calling you again in the future.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm pumped. I'm ready to be back next season. try and do it all over again. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully racing is gonna be 10 times better. I can't wait to have some more competition this year or next year. Maybe some guys that can give me a run for the money. But
Next season's gonna be a different ball game, so we'll see. We'll see if you can run away with it or not, my friend. You'll never know how things may turn out. You just never know, my friend. But once again, guys, this was the voice of the 81 of Mason Thompson from Bitcoin Boy Racing out there on the track. He had 9 wins for the entire season, guys, and he is your Birdhouse Xfinity Open League champion, Mason Thompson. Congratulations, great job, and good luck, my friend. Guys, he's a freak of nature. That's all I can say of that. The man is an absolute freak of nature. And that was your championship race here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League. That was season 2. And now, one last person.
Keith is a
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with the conclusion of the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League, I bring him back once again. 3rd time in the booth this season for you. We've got the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League owner, the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League race control, and team owner, Tony Jankowski, in the booth with me now. Tony, how are you feeling at the end of this wonderful season that we had here at the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League, Season 2? Let me know.
13 weeks down and crowned the champion, Mason Thompson, Season 2.
Undisputed,
Birdhouse Xfinity.
Undeniable champion.
Yeah, unbelievable. James Morris, great race tonight. Had a great race there from Barry Kramer. It was very unfortunate, sat in the car for Birdhouse tonight, had to try to get some team points and got caught up early in that first incident there, what I called a crinkle fry. And it was unfortunate and just had too much damage, overheating the car there. Decided to take it down pit road, didn't want to be anyone impeding in traffic there. But those boys that were out there and stayed out there on the track tonight went and put on a show for what it was worth. And the season ended 13 races in, 42 drivers entered this series, and a lot of them finished it, and very proud as an owner, even though with all the stuff that we had go down this season, to be able to finish this thing off and happy with the result.
Well, my entire team damn near died on the first lap, but it happens. It does happen. So I thought it was an absolutely phenomenal race. I thought it was a wonderful season. I look forward to the next one. And I just wanted to just get you up here and get your thoughts on this whole thing as a whole before we went ahead and signed it off for the final time until next time here at the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League. This was Season 2. I am Kevin Hazelwood. That was Tony Jankowski. This was Kev Calls TV, and we'll see you all next time.